Welcome to Rich Keys channel, where we unlock wealth one candle at a time. Here, charts don't lie and neither do we.
Disclaimer, not financial advice. The information provided on this channel is for informational and demonstration purposes only and should not be considered as personalized financial, investment, or trading advice.
Welcome back, traders. Today is the 17th of August 2025. Time is about 7:09 a.m. New York time. And again, it's the weekend, and I like to analyze my crypto charts. Starting off with Bitcoin, the most traded asset in the whole wide world, the most popular asset in the whole wide world. All right, let's see what the weekly setup looks like on Bitcoin. So our targets as we changed gears last week was hit, and I'm glad I did change my direction, or else my account would have been liquidated. So we did go up to test the high of 123. We actually hit our cap and handle target of 124. 041 was hit perfectly, and we did have a seller from that level back into the support zone. So now problem is that if you look at the weekly, I'll probably stay a little longer on the weekly, is that this support zone has been broken on the weekly. Again, I'm watching that by the close of this candle, we don't go above this support level. That would then invalidate our analysis. But a breakout structure is occurred right here. We broke up into a new high, and we could not maintain the support that we just broke off. Now, if the week ends with this red candle here, with this long wick at the top, that suggests that we have further downside to go on the Bitcoin asset. Now let's go down to the indicators briefly, and I'll show you the indicators wise. We already have a divergence that has played out first. Okay, we had a divergence that played out. Okay, and I think this divergence is still in effect pretty much. The one that we had here gave us the shooting star. We came down, find support, and we have gone up. But look at where our RSI is again on the new high. It's pointing downwards, which means this was kind of a blow off top, you know. Clear the liquidity above it as well for all those that took the short based on this shooting star that we had on the 14th of July. So all that liquidity has been absorbed now. Indicators wise, as I'm showing you, is that our stochastic on the weekly is still now pointing down. We haven't turned back up. So I'm not expecting an upside, strong upside move anytime soon. Also, if you look, MACD is still down. We actually below the zero on the histograms, but we haven't crossed the zero line on the MACD itself. Um, so we are still in the positive territories to say that bulls may try and defend their move, uh, and I expect a little bit more push up, particularly in the next few days, or consolidate sideways since it's also currently on the daily chart. We ride at where we had our previous support that we were thinking to hold. We have actually broken to the lower side of that support, but this is a battle zone, and I expect this battle to rage just as we stayed here for how many days? One, probably almost close to 2 weeks. Okay. I would expect a similar thing to happen here. We will consolidate here for a little while before our move down with a target in mind, somewhere around the 112, maybe even the, yeah, 112 to about 110 target is in view. But this is going to consolidate similar to what we had from about July 14th all the way down to about July 28th. That's almost a good 2 weeks period. And I think, yeah, for the next coming days, probably into the end of next week, Bitcoin is going to kind of hover around this price zone of right about 115, 116 to the rise target of 119, 282. Um, Now, our trade bias will be invalidated if during any of the days we get a candle open and close above 126.50. Okay, 126.50 is the line in the sand. You get a candle open and close here, it means this Bitcoin is going to go shoot for higher target of maybe about 128,000 thereabout. So based on the weekly and the daily, our bias is sideways, but bearish. Again, as I was showing you, because of what we had on the weekly, you get a shooting star like this on a weekly, more likely, and your indicators are already down, there's no energy, then you're more likely going to come back down. Step down to the 4 hours to complete our analysis on Bitcoin and see what the immediate term is looking like. So the immediate term, as I was saying, yes, we've hit into the support zone right here. This is a support zone that we had, and we are still fighting in this zone. I think this may push up to the rise target of 114, may not, because the move up has already occurred to the 50%, to the 50 moving average on 4 hours. So we probably just might consolidate right here, but potential move up, yes, to about 119 to 82 is on the cards. Yes, we could do that. And I'll show you another reason why I'm thinking. So if you go down to the daily chart on the indicators, we are right about cycle low on the daily chart. Okay, on the cycle low on the daily chart, similar to what happened somewhere here. So we're at a cycle low. Okay, and any divergence that we okay on here could give us that slingshot to that resistance level that we're looking at. Otherwise, it's just going to go sideways until MACD completes its low cycle and probably come and do a mid cycle, and then we'll have our next leg down. Um, if not, then it means it's just going to consolidate, gather some energy, and overpower this bearish engulfing candle on the daily chart. But other than that, I think Bitcoin is probably in the interim topped out, and we might be coming back down in the next, if not the next couple of weeks, the next few days. So yes, my trade bias for Bitcoin is sideways consolidation a few days with a rise target of 119 to 82. And then our target for the down, we're looking somewhere around 112 to about 110, or even 111, 500, thereabout, as the interim target for the down if we get our confirmation to come down after the consolidation. Um, if you want to also put a stop loss, then your stop loss is at 120, 660. Candle open and close above 120, 660 would invalidate the possibility of coming to the bearish target on the chart. So I think that's about all that I want to share on Bitcoin. Let's briefly look at Bitcoin dominance also, as that kind of affects the performance of altcoins, whether we're going further down, further up on altcoins, or we've hit our point of return, and altcoins are going to bleed again. All right, so let's start on the weekly time frame. Now, of course, the weekly again here is giving us a bearish candle on the weekly, and obviously this is very likely going to close the way you see it now on the weekly chart. We're going to have a red candle on the weekly chart. I don't expect this within the next 12 hours, to turn green. So we're still printing a weekly red candle, suggesting that potentially um, we could be going down coming next week after our bounce up. Okay, so after our bounce up, altcoins have a potential to rally next week at some point. Let me step down to the um, yeah. So everything on the it's a bearish on indicators as well. Yeah, everything on the daily chart is still bearish in my opinion, although we kind of are consolidating around the 618 fib extension zone. So with this consolidation, there's divergence on it as well, and I'll show you on the indicators. So there is some amount of divergence on this consolidation, in that, okay, so this was our previous low consolidated, we made this, and then we've come to this level. uh, we had a bull here that gave us 2 days, or 2 days move up, and now we have started coming down. So actually the divergence that is between here and here has played itself out already, pushed us to the 9-day period average, and we have come down. Now we are consolidating here. Key question is, would this be a consolidation to break lower, or this is a consolidation because we have a divergence on this candle? I'll show you in a bit when I get to the 4 hour chart time frame. There is divergence created on this candle that we are printing today. Only thing is the day is not completed, number one, and number two, this divergence that I'm talking about is also not confirmed. This divergence will be confirmed once we get a candle open and close. You know, yeah, if open and close divergence would be, yes, if we do get a candle open and close above the consolidation zone. So if we get a candle, let's say tomorrow closing above 59.63%, then yes, we could probably expect to go a little bit more up, maybe to a target of about 60.53, somewhere here could be a target for the rise. But like I said, it is not confirmed. It is in development as I record this video on this candle. So alt can probably make some moves up because, again, like I said, this is not confirmed, and it's possible that we could just consolidate, push down, do a lot of liquidations. So if you're holding a short position on your altcoin, you are at risk of liquidation, and that should happen. I would expect dominance to make its way down to the 59.19% before we get a bounce from there. Let me conclude the analysis by switching to the 4 hour intermediate time frame, and we could see a much clearer picture. So on dominance, like I said, I'm expecting this sideways consolidation to occur uh, with a support point at the 59.2. Staying kind of right in between here until we do break out either to the downside, um, or we get a reversal candle that will tell us that we can probably make it above the 59.93 level. But as we speak currently, this is just bouncing between this resistance level and this support level. And indicators wise, we are at cycle low on, we are almost at cycle low on 4 hours, suggesting that we might get a turnaround right from about where we are, okay, right about where we are, or maybe towards the lower side of the channel, the sideways channel, and then we bounce. And this is the divergence that I'm saying it's in development. Okay, so we made this low here, all right, Wednesday, August 13th. We went up and now we have come to this level. Um, Now, if you look on the chart, you would see that on this low here occurred here, uh, and if this candle should come below or even to the same level, RSI would be somewhere still here, and that would give us the divergence that is in development. But like I said, this divergence, I'll be tracking it on the 4 hours, to see when it gets confirmed. Once we get a confirmation on here, then your short position on altcoins probably would do well. But for now, MACD on 4 hours on dominance is still below zero. We're still having momentum to the downside. RSI is still down. Stochastics is almost at its turn point, but it hasn't turned yet. So I'll be watching the next 4 to 8 hours to see if we get any confirmation. Then we know for sure that our alt positions, our short positions on altcoins will do excellently well. So I think this is about all that I want to share on my cryptos, um, Bitcoin, altcoins, Ethereum, all that stuff. You know, they are related to how Bitcoin moves. And I think, if Bitcoin falls, they're all likely also going to fall. So, um, yeah, I think that's about all that I want to share on my crypto analysis. Thanks for your time. Thanks for paying attention with me. Thanks for visiting my publications. And have a great, profitable trading week. Cheers.